Check it out. This is my ultimate EDC Trio under $1,000. And I think this thought experiment is really cool because it kind of tells you what you really value at the end of the day. If you have to pick a flashlight, a watch, and a pocket knife, how are you going to allocate your money? And so if I were to allocate $1,000, this is how I would do it. When it comes to the flashlight, this is the Olight i3T. I mean, these are like $15, right? You can't go wrong with these. They are so compact, nice and small. They go invisible in your pocket. All you need, just a battery and you're good to go. I guess you could, if you really valued a flashlight, you could step it up perhaps with a S2R Baton 2, for example. I mean, this is going to be like $70. So if you value your flashlight, this might be a step up. Again, I think these are too big for my pocket. I feel them when I'm wearing them. So, I don't really prefer that. You might even step it up like all the way and go with a Olight Arcfeld. Again, really cool. It's cool to have a laser, but I just don't need this. At the end of the day, I'm going to the office. I might need it at home. So for me, this $15 flashlight is really all that I need. Next, let's talk about the pocket knife. So this is the Benchmade Mini Griptilian. This is going to be about $150. I got mine from Blade HQ. Perfect EDC size, right? And I love the grip. I love the handle. The blade steel is really nice. You got S30V up in here. So very capable. Looks very nice. Benchmade is where it's at. American made. Again, you could cheap out, right? And you could go with like a $10 knife if you really don't care about knife or cutting ability. But again, I really value my pocket knife. It's a wonderful tool. You could even go something like mid-range, right? This is the Civivi Yonder. Oh crap. This is like what, $70 or something like that. So you could go kind of in the middle with the Yonder. This is a nice shape, easy to EDC at the end of the day. So if you don't want to spend $150 on the Mini Griptilian, you could go something less than that. I think really at the end of the day, it comes down to the watch, right? That's where most of this money is being spent. This is $795. So if you had $1,000, you got $150 here, $15 here. The watch is really where you're going to save money depending on your $1,000. So this is $795. I love field watches. I love automatic movements. This is like military inspired. There's some history behind it. The polished bezel, the clasp, right? This is like molded. It's not like a cut out of some metal. So there's some heft to it. This lasts 80 hours. Like if you put it down somewhere after wearing it for a weekend, you can put it down and it's going to last for 80 hours. You can't really beat that. And I get it. For some people, they might be like, dude, why the hell would you spend $795 on a watch? Well, you could go then with like a Seiko 5, right? This is like $200. You can find it on Amazon. I actually really, really, really love this watch. So if you wanted to cut, you could even add this. You could have a Seiko 5 on your wrist and still carry like a Benchmade and an i3T. And this would be like under $500, So it really depends on what you value at the end of the day. For me, a watch is something that people see. It's something that you see all the time. Again, if you really wanted to go cheap, this is like a $60, $70 Timex Weekender. And what's nice about this is that it's easy to change the strap. So you could dress this up, you could dress it down. It ticks really loud, but I love the numbers, right? A lot of you are like, oh man, all three of your watches that you're showing here have the numbers, but I really love that field style. So, here you got $15, $60. You can come in here and now you're under $100, for example, right? You could, mix and match, but I guess really the point of this video is to have that exercise and really start thinking about, okay, what do I value? And so I'm really interested to hear about how you would allocate $1,000 between these three different EDC items. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. If you have any other combos, maybe I could do a $500 one or a $250 one. Let me know. Looking forward to hearing from you. Until next time.